Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishna. Here basically we are discussing one topic, that is 20% error basically is there in the cities. In this basically we are discussing one topic, that is 200 people error. In this 200 people, assume that basically there is one story basically of one person basically who basically got divorced, and he basically got some lots of trouble basically from that first marriage girl group basically. That assume that count basically is around 1 lakh people. Now basically what are the things going to happen? Assume that basically, I will take one example. Assume that basically that person basically has registered his profile in the shadi.com, and this is the headquarter of the shadi.com, that is this address basically, 2B2 oblique ground floor film center building 68 Tardev Road, Mumbai basically, and the pin code is 34. So this is the pin code. So now basically what happens? One of the person told that basically he is sending the data basically to, now I will take myself example. Assume that basically, this is my profile basically. Assume basically, in really basically this is not like that basically. Now basically these all are the girls basically who rejected me, right? Basically, this is girl, basically this is girl, this is the girl. These all are the girls basically, right? Like this basically, how many pages are there? Around 65 pages are there. So 65 multiplied by 10, that means 650 girls rejected. So one of the person told that basically this group basically are creating problem to Sunil R. Nair. These groups basically are by default creating dummy data, or basically they are creating some error basically. These groups are basically telling that basically this person is not good, like this basically they are spreading the rumors basically. So this is one thing basically. In really basically this is not like that basically. This Mumbai basically is not creating problem to Sunil R. Nair. In really basically they have not created the problem. So 68 Tardev is the road, right? Basically, now basically see the things basically. Assume that basically this girls basically rejected, right? Basically, so this 65, now the matrix comes like this. See basically. So due to shadi.com, the things basically which is going to happen. This is 65. That means 651. That means 650 girls basically rejected me, right? Basically, and I am the only one basically, right, who basically got rejection from the 650 girls. So now see basically the matrix basically. See basically, this girl rejected Kannur. So Kannur energy basically generated basically. And here assume that basically I am in Vadodara city, that is this. Just see up to what level the things basically is going to connect, and how basically the shadi.com is in between. Just see basically. And who will be responsible, that also you see. Vadodara city, right? Basically. And how basically, for example, I am working in Dell, then basically how Dell is also going to do soda, that also you see. Now assume that basically I am in Vadodara city. Just taking example how the earthquakes works basically. Here basically my energy is not going to generate any type of earthquake. I am just telling basically the blood groups, who are the 22 blood groups, their life basically, how basically earthquake comes basically. That actually I am explaining. So I am explaining in my life basically, from my lifestyle basically, so that basically it can be clear very clearly basically. So this is the Vadodara city. Now basically I will see, assume that basically this is Vadodara city. Now basically I will take example of Kannur, Kerala, barabar. So this is the map of Kannur, Kerala. So this is the area and this area, right? And in between basically, that is, we will take example of, just a minute, how many time is there basically, 4 minutes, right? Now basically just see basically, Tardev Road, Mumbai basically. Just see basically what are the things going to happen. Tarde, Mumbai. This is the Tarde, Mumbai basically, where basically the Shadi.com office is. Then one person told that yes. Assume that basically Shadi.com owner basically, I will take one more example. He is Anupam Mittal basically. And Anupam Mittal basically is staying in, assume that we will take how where he is staying, that also we will see. Just a minute. Anupam Mittal basically. So where he is staying, see basically. He is staying in Mumbai basically, I think. Just a minute. Born in Mumbai, but where he is staying, that basically is not there. 60 companies. So assume that basically he is staying in Mumbai basically only. Only assume that basically that is in Mumbai city. So we will take here basically as Mumbai. Just taking as an example basically how the earthquakes are basically working. This is Mumbai city. So just see basically Vadodara city, I sent the request basically. Then basically this girl basically rejected. So this connection is there basically. See the earthquake basically how it's going to work. This is the Tardev basically road where the Shadi.com headquarter office is there. This is third chain. This is basically Mumbai chain basically where the Anupam Mittal basically is the owner of Shadi.com is there basically. So the girls basically rejected is how many? 650 girls basically rejected. So is anything going to happen to this all areas basically? For example, Pune girl rejected, then Gurgaon, Delhi, Mumbai, then basically the Vadodara city also rejected. I am staying in Vadodara city and Vadodara city only girl rejected. See few more data also be. So that basically it would be clear basically why the earthquake, how basically the earthquake works basically. See Maharashtrian girls, most of basically Maharashtrian girl has rejected, and I am basically Malayali. See Malayali girls rejected. See one Vadodara girl also rejected, and she is basically Maharashtrian girl basically. See basically. See. So how basically the things are going to work of the earthquake basically. How basically earthquake is going to calculate. Assume that basically I have basically one blood group basically. I am the owner of one blood group. Just taking as an example basically. So that basically it should be clear basically that how basically the earthquakes are working. Mumbai city is the owner of the Shadi.com. Tardev basically is the headquarter of the Shadi.com. Kannur basically is taken as an example of one girl basically. Right, like this basically many examples are there. And I am in Vadodara city. So the chain basically, how the chain of earthquake basically is going to generate. Earthquake will generate, that is 100% sure basically. But how basically the chain is going to generate? Because power supply is going to supply Vadodara city one data, Kannur city one data, Mumbai city one data. Assume that in Mumbai basically Maharashtrian girls basically and other all girls basically rejected, around 80 girls rejected me. And when the which kind of basically the matrix which is going to generate at the time basically the earthquake is going to happen. Here basically I am taking just an example basically. In really basically I am not the blood group owner basically. I don't have any ownership of the blood group. Just taking as an example basically. What are the how basically the earthquake is going to generate the matrix basically. That in next video basically we are going to see the matrix of the earthquake and how basically the earthquake matrix generates and how basically the stories are directly connected with the earthquakes.